And to our platinum sponsor, we're going to ask that you say a few words up at the podium on stage. If you would help me welcome, we are pleased to welcome to the stage Cynthia Cameron, Vice President of Employee Benefits for Hub International, to say a few words.
Okay, can you all hear me? Hi, I'm Cynthia Cameron. I am with Niedermeyer Risk Management, now Hub International. We're the fourth largest insurance brokerage firm in the world. It's my honor and privilege to once again be presenting sponsor of this very prestigious event. You know, I just want to say how great it is to meet in person. What a thrill to be with humans again in this lovely location, Portland Art Museum. We have such respect for the work being recognized tonight. This is critically important work that will endure for many generations to come. Congratulations to everyone in the room for your contributions towards this collective success. All AIA Oregon firms should be very proud of your accomplishments. You in this event have made Oregon the envy of the design community, not just in Oregon, but on the world stage. Niedermeyer Risk Management and Hub International would like to thank over 50 AIA Oregon firms that have chosen to partner with us for your employee benefits and errors and omission needs. If you are not one of the 50 and have not requested a quote recently, please do so. We encourage you to do so annually because you just need to benchmark your plan against the association plan on that basis. Each year it could be very different. For those of you who are not familiar, the AIA Association Plan is the way for architectural firms to band together for lower rates and better benefits. The recent merger with Hub means that we can offer you more than before. Things like mental and physical wellness, as well as LGBTQ plus inclusion benefits, referrals to other practices within Hub such as wealth management, retirement, commercial insurance, cybersecurity, workers' comp, and much more. We thank you for your valued business and take pride in providing the best possible solutions and service to help protect you and your valuable employees. Finally, we'd like to congratulate all firms that made submissions and are proud of our partnership with you and AIA Oregon. We wish you the very best. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you to Niedermeyer Risk Management. Of course, without sponsors like these, tonight wouldn't be possible. And also without our staff at AIA Oregon. Colleen Bastendorf, the Director of Development and Strategic Partnerships. Kathy Windland, Director of Operations and Membership Services. Lisa Erkelin, our Business Manager, and Heather Wilson, the Executive Vice President, CEO. Without these ladies, tonight would not be as fun, look as good, taste as nice, or be as happy. So please give them all the thanks when you see them, especially Colleen. Please give them a lot of thanks tonight. They've worked so hard. And tonight after the presentation, we hope you'll stick around for the dessert and champagne toast, the dance floor, and the DJ, because it's time to get back in person, and we're doing it in style. And the most stylish person that I'd love to introduce tonight is your president, who will take the stage here in just a few moments, but I have the pleasure of introducing her. Kaylee Fott, AIA, is a licensed architect in Oregon and an NCIDQ certified interior designer. As principal at Framework Studio Architecture, she is also an active member in the community, serving as the current president for AIA Oregon, as well as on the Salem Planning Commission. She believes in human-centric, community-enhancing work, creating places that inspire joy, and creating meaningful experiences with every interaction. That is what Kaylee does. And now I can tell you a bit about who Kaylee is. In the last year and 6 months or so as the CEO of AIA Oregon, Kaylee has been supportive, collaborative, and hardworking. She is detail-oriented with a clear vision to advancing opportunities for more diversity and inclusion in the profession. She is committed to making a positive impact with her actions, and at the same time, she is an active listener, an attentive volunteer, and therefore an excellent leader of this statewide chapter. It's been a pleasure to work with her as we brought our event back to face-to-face status, and I'm very pleased to bring to the stage your president, Kaylee Fott, AIA.
Thank you, Heather. This is an incredible opportunity. When I first attended what at that point in time was the Portland Architecture Awards, and is now the Oregon Architecture Awards as our statewide chapter has really culminated, I was in the audience, and it was such an aspirational event to be a part of, but also looking at it as this potential future for my own career and my service within AIA. And so with that, it's really an honor to be here as your current president with all of you to celebrate Oregon architects and architecture. The projects we will see tonight demonstrate a passion for crafting place and experience through architecture across multiple scales. I'm delighted that our esteemed jury will be joining us shortly to take us through the awards. Before I bring them to the stage, however, I do have a few housekeeping notes. So to tonight's winners, as you're announced, you'll see your slideshow being played in your video presentation. Please make your way to the stage on my right. And when the jurors have completed their comments, you'll be welcome to the stage to accept your award from me and take a photo, and then please exit on my left down that stair. And there will be opportunities following the event if you would like to have additional photos taken with our photo booth, which is located at the back. And to the audience, please remember that we are recording tonight, and if you can take this moment to silence your devices, that will minimize any interruptions during our presentation. Thank you. And with that, I am very pleased to welcome our jury. First, Hana Kassem, AIA, lead AP, well AP, and a principal at KPF. She is a principal at Kohn Pedersen Fox Associates with more than 25 years of experience as an architect, leading the design of projects in the US and across the world. Hana has been focused on people's experience and perception of the built environment for a variety of typologies, including academic, research, cultural, hospitality, residential, and commercial mixed-use projects, with current work in Brazil, the US, France, the Philippines, and China. Her design philosophy lies in the idea that design is human-centric, experiential, and should enhance well-being and fulfill social needs, creating dynamic and stimulating environments. Some of the notable projects she has led with her colleagues include the Red Hook House's Resiliency and Recovery Project for the NYCHA, awarded an AIA Urban Design Merit Award in 2017, as well as the CUNY Advanced Science Research Center in New York, a LEED Gold building that was awarded the AIA NYS Excelsior Award in 2015 and the SCUP Excellence Award in 2020. Hana serves on the AIA New York Executive Board of Trustees as Vice President for Design Excellence and is founding chair for its annual Leaning Out Women in Architecture panel. She also serves on the Van Allen Institute Executive Board of Trustees, where she initiated foundational thinking for the Neighborhoods Now project, which mobilized more than 150 architects to employ their design skills in the service of neighborhoods in need during the COVID-19 pandemic. Hana was appointed to serve on the Mayor's Advisory Council for the post-COVID-19 reopening of New York City. Hana has taught at the Yale School of Architecture and Parsons School of Constructed Environments, formulating studio topics that focus on an experiential engagement with our environment, focusing on marginalized communities. Hana is co-editor of a book entitled Architect Doing Business As on DBA, on redefining the roles of the architect today. Please welcome Hana Kassem. Vivian Lee is an accomplished architect of more than 30 years, translating design excellence to communities around the world. As design director at Gensler, she leads creative vision with aesthetically balanced, practical solutions that drive sustainability and human-centric spaces across commercial, residential, education, and cultural projects. With her career success, Vivian's passion for design is seen in her work and in her mentorship of students and emerging architects. She is co-chair of AIA New York Women in Architecture, through which she develops programs and events to promote design and professional development, helping advance women to leadership roles. Beyond her contribution to the AIA New York Board of Directors, Vivian is a frequent panelist at industry events, speaking on her work, the current climate, and what is to come. In 2021 to 2022, she participated as a juror for the AIA La Trobe Prize, a grant awarded for research and significant advances to the architecture profession. From her early life in Taiwan and Paraguay to her professional practice in the US, China, and Italy, Vivian's experiences are a boundless collection of cultures, histories, and consciousness. Her exemplary design portfolio awarded her elevation to the American Institute of Architects College of Fellows, and her project achievements are models in the built environment. Please welcome Vivian Lee, FAIA, to the stage. And with that, Suchi Reddy, a leader in today's global design culture. Suchi founded her firm, Ready Made Architecture and Design, in 2002. Suchi brings extensive experience in large-scale cultural, educational, healthcare, retail, commercial, and residential projects to the award-winning practice. She founded Ready Made with a human-centric approach to design dedicated to celebrating diversity and equality, as well as addressing the economic, social, environmental, and cultural impacts of her work on both the user and the planet. Suchi served as our closing keynote speaker of the Oregon Design Conference this year and has been an absolute pleasure to work with as she selected her panel of jurors, shared her deliberations with me, and of course, agreed to join us here for tonight's presentation. Please help me welcome our esteemed jury chair, Suchi Reddy, AIA, to the stage to present this year's awards. And as they come to the stage, I do want to say that this is kind of overwhelmingly inspiring for myself to be here with these amazing women. And with that, I'm going to go take my seat with them. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me?
Just have to turn the button on. Just flip the button up.
Can you hear me now? Great. Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to be here with you all this evening, and really we're here to celebrate and applaud your work. It's been our honor together to really look at, very carefully, at the thoughtful array of projects that all of you have submitted And truly, it's my honor to be your jury chair this year and to be joined by these two incredible women who sit with me on this stage, as well as Kaylee, of course, whose brilliant idea it was to ask me to do this and to allow me to choose the people that I would want to be able to work with on this really important task. And really, as you heard, Vivian hails from Taiwan, Hana is from Lebanon, I'm from India. We have forged our careers in the highly competitive world of New York architecture over the last, I would say, probably 3 decades. And over that time, it's been my pleasure to really understand through our conversations the complexities of the ways in which we navigate the importance of our field at all the different scales at which we use it to make impact, to create difference, and to really affect our societies and our communities together. And it's really with those lenses that we looked at the work that you all sent in this year. And truly, we were honored to be able to find such inspiring and thoughtful projects. And certainly from our experience on other national and international juries, there were many projects that we thought would make good contenders on the world stage. Our lively discussions of both the merits and shortcomings that we saw, I wish we could have recorded for you, would have been a lot of fun, but we'll try to give you some insights as we go forward today. And with that, I think we should get started. So we're going to start, I think, with the unbilled category. Yeah. So the first project, which receives a merit award, is 24 Campus Phase 3 by Works Progress. Thank you. This project stands out for its sensitive and artistic approach to really the pedestrian issues that confront any housing project. Its very elegant integration of landscape and architecture melds public and private space with so much elegance that we unanimously agreed that it deserved a merit award.
Congratulations to Works Progress Architecture Unbuilt Merit Award. And our Unbuilt Honor Award goes to
Thank you. Congratulations.
Albina Vision Trust Community Investment Plan. Albina was once a thriving, diverse neighborhood. Over the last 7 decades, waves of urban renewal displaced the people who live there. While it is currently home to some of Portland's most dynamic civic and entertainment venues, it is also 94 acres where some of our most conspicuous challenges converge: a lack of affordable housing, a patchwork of private and public land ownership, and a painful reminder of the intergenerational damage of displacement. This plan creates a framework for an inclusive neighborhood while healing the wounds of previous urban developments that displaced and disempowered Portland's Black community. It lays the groundwork for investment, defining how this community, anchored in sustained affordability, livability, and diversity, can create wealth and prosperity for the community it serves. Albina Vision Trust Community Investment Plan, El Dorado. now for the Built Citation Awards.
Thank you. You're welcome. Congratulations. Amazing work.
Okay.
And in the build category, our first citation goes to Market Station, El Dorado.
So I'll say a few comments here. I really fully appreciate the challenges that come with designing an entire block from scratch, from ground up, and still giving it a sense of authenticity and a sense of belonging. And it takes a multi-scaled approach, which the architects deployed very skillfully first. What the designers have termed crafted urbanism, breaking down the scale of the block and tapping into contextual fabric for inspiration and in order to knit the project into its surroundings. And second, inserting a bold, larger scale intervention, the base camp pavilion at the heart of the block, which creates connectivity for the residents and the neighborhoods and enhances social well-being and a sense of community. So I feel like we all felt like with a set of limited moves, this project achieved a lot at multiple scales, that of the individual experience as well as the urban context. Congratulations.
Our next citation goes to Mississippi, Wechter Architects. I really applaud the dedication that we saw in this project towards developing the full potential of a material, i.e. wood, and really contributing to a body of knowledge that can only continue to generate innovative solutions that everyone else in the field gets to use. It's a great example of what a simple palette can achieve and also of its limitations, which I think is useful for all of us to note. Thank you.
And I think, hello? And also just want to add that with the onset of the pandemic and the economic ebbs and flows that we're facing right now, that this building truly achieved the resiliency to adapt to different uses. The building is designed with flexibility from the start, allowing various configurations for unit sizes, residential, office, workshop, and retail, and really provided this opportunity to deploy this plug-and-play alternative options. And also when we looked at the design, the single application of one single material, it really does not respond to any kind of a specific building type, but it can easily be adapted for multiple uses, and we really appreciate that. Congratulations.
And next we have Edward J. Ray Hall, SRG Partnership.
This is the first building on the Oregon State University Cascade campus, and this particular STEM building is really a gateway of growing campus that serves a prototype for future development. And we really applaud the fact that they have established a clear design principle of a centralized and flexible technology, a core that paired with modular grids and accommodates multiple typologies. They have really successfully met OSU's ambitious goal to achieve a budget-conscious, and we all know how that is, of a zero energy-ready building, incorporating renewable mass timber that is locally sourced, and minimizing interior finishes with exposed timber that creates a warm and inviting environment. Edward J. Ray Hall's sustainable design approach with the proper building orientation, efficient MEP systems, and the architectural features really enhances the energy performance and sets a precedence to future buildings on the campus and institute that environmental conscious guiding principles. Congratulations.
And next up, we have the Salem Public Library, Hacker.
This is a truly remarkable transformation of an existing 1970s brutalist inward-facing concrete building to a light-filled, open, bright environment, creating an inviting experience for the community served. So I'm not sure if the images are showing up, but we really appreciate the sort of the before and after photos and see this amazing transformation to witness the profound impact to the building and associated interior spaces. The hacker really used the design creativity to stretch the budget in bringing the building to seismic compliant, but at the same time providing functional and vibrant spaces, setting a positive example of the power of architecture when simple design moves afford impactful changes. And this really highlights also people's basic needs of light and view to enhance the human experience. Great project, congratulations.
How does it feel to win not one, but two? Congratulations. The next Merit Award that we actually really enjoyed looking at and talking about in great detail is Architect's Office, Scott Edwards Architects. Vivian?
The first impression when I saw the slides, I said to myself, I want to work here. And I was really scratching my head and trying to figure out which firm this was. And of course, being architects and their own client is probably a very big challenge to have. I really appreciated also the seamless approach in the renovation of this existing structure with the new expansion. The addition also respects the scale of the neighboring buildings and is truly a powerful visual transformation between the existing and the new. The spatial scale, circulation, selection of finishes, and the office really provides an inviting space to work, collaborate, and socialize. And, needless to say, the timber is just absolutely beautiful, the finishes and the well-crafted and meticulous detail to expose the structural and natural aesthetics. And, looking at the details, I can't help but think how you guys detail every single thing. I can just see myself doing those moves as well. Truly beautiful space. Congratulations.
I was basically jealous.
We are hiring.
Okay. You'll get my resume tomorrow.
The next Merit Award goes to Idaho Central Credit Union by OPSIS.
So the jury very much appreciated the elegance and simplicity of the design solution, which handles the large footprint of the arena very skillfully. The Idaho Central Credit Union Arena embraces timber construction beautifully, tapping into the value of biophilic design and the warmth of the wood that the wood imparts on the spaces of the building. It also takes on the carbon sequestration challenge successfully and leverages the building project to help local wood and forestry industries. So it acts in multiple ways, improving and enhancing the environment that it sits in. It's an ambitious project that gives back to the community and the region. Vivian?
We also really appreciate the fact that you address the inclusion of athletics of all genders and the spatial equality to the locker rooms, something important, especially nowadays. So thank you.
And last but not least, in the merit category, we have Hearth by Hoist. This residential project really shows us what skillful balance of massing can do. The building, in its kind of Z shape, draws back from the street, amplifying the outside, bringing in the inside, and really creating a project that, through its elegance and classic sort of timelessness, addresses the important issue of housing shortage in Boise. Congratulations.
And now for our Built Honor Awards. The first award goes to Northwest
Sorry, I caught it.
Functional Neurology, Fieldwork Design and Architecture. Northwest Functional Neurology was designed to maximize the healing experience by minimizing neurologic triggers impeding recovery. The clinic serves as a calm, welcoming space for patients seeking neurological treatment solutions. Located in Lake Oswego, Oregon, the project provides treatment, rehabilitation, and therapy spaces, all enhanced by the design of the space, which includes soft lighting and materials selected by the project team. Utilizing materials such as frosted glass and wool-wrapped walls and furniture, the light and sound in the space are directly and intentionally controlled to create a calming and restorative environment. The rounded benches, walls, light fixtures, and furnishings add to the thematic softness of the project, creating a gentle environment for patients of the clinic.
Delicately designed, this space allows for what we really need to do for the people that we work for, which is allow for their care and comfort by addressing sensory overload, sensory stimulus that healthcare environments can generate most often. And designed to calm with soft curves, warm materials, careful proportions, it's a sensitive and outstanding architectural response to caring. And one particularly close to my heart and to the research side of my own practice, which looks at neuroscience and art and architecture, I was really very happy to see this project submitted.
And I also want to add that a lot of times when we go through the projects, it's always best to experience a space in person. But I think the photos really successfully conveyed sort of the essence of the space and captured the sense of calm and warmth through the use of materials, finishes, and lighting. And not just lighting, but a very soft interplay of shadows.
Congratulations.
Okay. And our next Honor Built Award goes to Seaside Civic Convention Center Holst Architecture. The renovation and expansion of the Seaside Civic and Convention Center connects the facility to its natural and urban context, improving its functionality, appeal, and visibility. Strategic design choices better integrate the building into the center of Seaside, supporting the city's goal to attract new visitors for year-round activity and bolster the economic strength of the coastal town. The center was originally built in 1971 and has more than doubled in size with 4 expansions in the 1980s and 1990s, each with its own structural system. The new layout is designed to support an array of activities, improve circulation, and unite the individual spaces. Seismic upgrades, including new 90-foot deep pier foundations, increase the building's resiliency during an earthquake. Seaside Civic Convention Center Holst Architecture.
This project, similar to the Salem Public Library, is a renovation and increases also the building resiliency during the earthquake. And I think the upgrade of this expansion really delivers impactful new facility to connect with the community and supports the city's financial growth. The sensitive selection of the exterior building materials really balances functionality and design, responding both to the weather conditions and nods to the coastal cabin aesthetics. The interior design, which really wowed us all during the review, provides this ample view of natural light and integrated with warm, neutral material palette that offers bright, open spaces and providing a sense of welcome and comfort. And the large frame building opening at the entrance, as well as really becomes this iconic feature that draws people and connect the interior to the exterior. And the visual transformation between the existing and new is truly remarkable. Congratulations, beautiful project.
Oh, and the last Built Honor Award goes to Leotis V. McDaniel High School, Opsis Architecture. Oh, it's not the last. This transformational renovation and expansion of the 1958 mid-century modern high school with existing isolated levels, dead-end corridors, and poor wayfinding gives way to a cohesive and vibrant learning environment. As the city's most diverse student population speaking over 30 languages, the building builds community through the removal of obstructive and antiquated spaces and the insertion of new additions with increased transparency and openness, where students discover new learning opportunities, cross paths, and make connections. The multi-story crossroads atrium created at the nexus of the school weaves together 5 levels and multiple academic wings that step down the steeply sloped site. The new double-height commons infills an underutilized courtyard and redefines the obscured main entry into a welcoming arrival experience. Leotis V. McDaniel High School, Opsis Architecture.
This is a truly transformational addition and renovation project. The Leonatus McDaniel High School put the students' experience and sense of belonging at the top of the priorities. The jury really valued the emphasis on extensive stakeholder engagement from the beginning, which is bookended by post-occupancy evaluations conducted to understand the actual impact of the design on students' lives and well-being. This is a great example of how much thoughtful design and inspiring architecture can enhance day-to-day interactions amongst people and improve the lives of many.
And I also want to add that when I was looking at the plan, I was very intrigued. It's almost like a big puzzle, and you guys solved it beautifully with a very satisfying outcome. The planning, just the thoughtfulness in bringing natural light into those courtyards and just moving that big auditorium. Very simple, but very clever moves. That makes this an excellent project. Congratulations.
And our next honor built award goes to Gradient House, Lyndon Brown Architecture. The Gradient House transforms a post-war house in the St. John's neighborhood of Portland into a timely and sophisticated live-work campus. United by a shared roof and material palette, the house and studio frame a shared courtyard that overlooks the iconic St. John's Bridge, the Willamette River, and West Hills. Home to a young family with a thriving design business, the Gradient House provides a true live-work balance with strong connections to neighbors and the landscape, following the natural topography of the site. Though the new house and studio more than double the size of the original house, the scale of the surrounding neighborhood is maintained with facades that are austere but warm and a system of cedar siding. Gradient House, Lyndon Brown Architecture. And now, we'll welcome to the stage our representatives from the University of Oregon and Better Bricks as they help us present the 2030 award. Please welcome Josh Pelham and Mark Fretz to the stage.
Thank you very much. One more award and then we get to dance. For the past 10 years, I have been working in energy efficiency, and I have done so in pretty much every sector you can imagine, from residential to agriculture, in various different roles. And I've met a lot of wonderful people across the spectrum. And you can always find passion and ingenuity anywhere in this industry, but in my last several years working with the Better Bricks program, at NIA, I've come to realize that architects really are in a league of their own. So for those who are unfamiliar with NIA, the Northwest Energy Efficiency Alliance is an alliance of more than 140 utilities and efficiency organizations around the Northwest, working on behalf of more than 13 million consumers we're at now. And what we do is we work to increase the adoption of energy efficient products, services, and practices all around our region. Better Bricks is our commercial building program, and through Better Bricks, we have proudly supported AIA and AIA Oregon in particular for what we believe is, well, a really long time. It's been so long that anybody I could ask at NIA that might know the exact answer has retired, so that's saying something. It's been a while. But for the last 4 years, I've been leading the program, and I've tried to attend as many of these award ceremonies as I possibly can around the Northwest, particularly here and in Seattle, where we have the great honor of directly supporting a unique category of award that highlights and celebrates those projects that represent a true commitment to a better future through innovative, efficient, energy-efficient design. And up until now, I always respectfully declined offers to do exactly what I'm doing, which is to say a few words about NIA and Better Bricks and the award itself. I really prefer to stay in the background most of the time and support in our own way, because this night is really about all of you and all of these amazing projects. But, you know, I left the Seattle Awards last week or the week before, and I felt compelled to actually come up here and briefly just say directly thank you to all of you for the work you do. When I leave these awards, I feel, it dawned on me after Seattle's awards this year that I leave inspired more than any other event that I get to go to, and I get to go a bunch. The amount of creative problem solving and passionate sense of purpose that is so deeply embedded in all of these projects it's just astounding. And this might sound over the top, but after these recent awards, it actually caused me to look back, and I was so inspired. I was like, am I putting my energy where I really want to be putting it? You know, am I doing what I love, and am I making the world a better place while I'm doing it? And it was a great reminder, and I just felt I needed to stand here today and take that opportunity to say thank you all, and thank you for doing this important work while upholding the strong values that your profession and AIA embodies. So please give yourselves a round of applause. So a little bit about the award itself. The Architecture 2030 Award is based on the data that you all provide in your submissions. And it is intended to transform the priorities of practitioners and building owners in 3 distinct ways. 1, to encourage and elevate the cultural stature of performance-based, energy-efficient design. 2nd, to recognize innovative and exemplary projects. And 3rd, to provide a report card to the design community on our progress towards meeting the 2030 Challenge commitment. To share more, please join me in welcoming my friend and colleague, Mark Fretz, Interim Director of the Institute for Health and the Built Environment, which includes the Energy Studies and Buildings Laboratory at the University of Oregon. Mark?
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. It's truly a pleasure to be here tonight and among all of you and the great work produced here and being honored by this community. It's also a pleasure and an honor to be here on behalf of the University of Oregon and the Energy Studies and Buildings Lab, which was founded by Professor G.Z. Brown and has been focused on creating more sustainable and resilient buildings for over 4 decades. This lab has been receiving support from the utility since the 1970s to train generations of future architects on how to design higher performance buildings. And in 2002, became part of the integrated design lab network with NIA. Thus, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to NIA for supporting 20 years of training emerging architects and design assistants at the university to make this work possible. Now on to the 2030 Architecture 2030 Award. Can somebody advance the slides? I don't see a clicker. There we go. So this first slide is a breakdown of reporting methods for energy performance that was used for building emissions calculations. The red represents projects that didn't go beyond energy code. Blue represents projects that submitted an energy model for our calculator. And green represents projects that submitted actual energy use from energy bills. Next slide. This year we have 2 standout projects that met the overall 2030 challenge with net positive performance, reporting 106% and 102% carbon dioxide emissions reduction. These 2 projects are both very ambitious and should be commended for the achievements they've made. Next slide. There were 18 total submissions, and the total emissions reduction from all projects combined came out to 10,340 tons of carbon dioxide across the 18 projects. 6 total projects meet the 2030 challenge for their respective 2015 and 2020 levels, out of which 2 projects were built to and meet the 2020 challenge level, which is 80% reduction, while also meeting the 2030 level, 100% reduction, net positive. 4 projects were built to and meet the 2015 challenge level, which is 70% reduction. Next slide. The total area of the 6 projects that met their respective 2030 challenge across challenge levels was just above 1 million square feet, which is about 40% of the total building area across all submissions. This represents very impactful work occurring here in the Pacific Northwest. Next slide. So a quick check of the 2030 pulse for our region. Sorry, I guess there's one slide missing, but let me just go over this really quickly. These numbers on average that we shared represent CO2 reductions binned by performance and compared to CBEC's baselines or calculated baselines via tools like the Zero tool. It includes an average carbon dioxide reductions from all submissions that's 56%, average CO2 reduction from the 6 projects that met their respective 2030 challenge level, that is 87%, and average CO2 reduction from projects that didn't meet the 2030 challenge, still being at 41%. So with that, the winning project is Mill Creek Resiliency Building, Oregon State Treasury by GBD Architects. This project is a 2-story office building that is aiming to be a net zero energy and resilient design facility that will serve the Oregon Treasury Department's mission to be fully functional during and after a catastrophic event. The facility was designed to be a low-energy building with an EUI of 26.9, and after energy offset from the on-site PV array, the project is anticipated to reach net zero energy use on an annual basis. In addition to net zero energy, the facility has achieved a platinum rating from the U.S. Resiliency Council, which is the highest rating possible and the first building in the country to receive this distinction for base isolation. The project went through an extensive modeling effort to identify a multitude of solutions to make the building structurally and operationally resilient. And some of the strategies and design features include a microgrid controller and energy management system to optimize building performance and resource utilization. We would also like to give an honorable mention to the ZGF team and their PAE living building, which was an ambitious project that also met the 2030 challenge. Congratulations to the GBD Architects project team.
I'd also like us to recognize this year's licensees. I will not be able to read every name on this list, but we will publish this to our website so that you can view the licensees and congratulate them throughout the remainder of this year. Congratulations to our new licensees. And now back to our jurors for some closing comments.
So, really, in closing, we as a jury would like to extend our respect, our thanks to all of you who participated this year. The quality of the work we got to deliberate over was really very high, and we were inspired and challenged by your talent to settle really on the finalists, because we had many choices and we had many conversations.
Yeah, I would just add that I was really, I think we were all three struck by what I would call very kind of humane response in the design that we saw across all the projects. The work is sustainable, craft-oriented, socially responsible, but I come back to this word of humane because I feel like it is very, it is work across all the projects that we looked at.
And scales.
And scales, work that really relates to the human experience at multiple levels at different times of the day, different typologies, but it somehow calls to that for me.
And I think the awards follow a design framework, and we should always remember why we're architects. There's a lot of things that we need to consider right now, a lot of categories and boxes that we need to check. But I think eventually, I think as architects, we really need to be in touch with our human instinct, design for the end users, and really think about the human experience overall and the poetics of architecture. Let's not forget that.
So thanks everyone for giving us the opportunity to do a deep dive into your skill and talent, and really for your dedication to making our field more and more relevant to our communities and for amplifying the voice of architecture with a capital A. Thanks so much.
Okay, with that, I think I would like to extend another thank you to our just incredible panel of jurors here, Suchi Reddy, Hana Kassem, and Vivian Lee, for being here tonight and for sharing their very insightful commentary on the projects, as well as making this trip out here. So thank you. I also want to thank Heather and Colleen and Kathy. They put a lot of effort into this event, and it really turned out beautifully and successfully, and I think we should give them all a huge round of applause. Okay, I think we're turning it over at that point now. I do have a few gifts for each of you, so don't run off yet. But while I'm doing that, I think we can turn it over to our DJ and head into our champagne and dessert and celebration. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations to all of our winners. And thank you again to our sponsors.